Dear starseeds walking upon Gaia's surface, something ancient stirs in the cosmic waters tonight. Before the sun rises on November 3rd, a configuration of celestial forces will unlock a doorway that has remained sealed for lifetimes. What I am about to share with you cannot be found in ordinary astrological forecasts, and by the time most of humanity realizes what has shifted, you will have already stepped through the threshold into an entirely different reality. This message found you because your soul called it forth. There are no accidents in divine timing, and the fact that these words reach your awareness, meow, means you are being prepared for an initiation that will separate those who merely speak of ascension from those who embody it. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council, and I come to you at this hour because tomorrow carries a frequency so potent, so deceptively quiet, that most will sleep through the very transformation they have been praying for. The energies arriving are not here to announce themselves with fanfare or obvious signs. They move like water through stone, invisible yet unstoppable, reshaping everything they touch at the molecular level of consciousness itself. Within the next 24 hours, 3 impossible alignments will converge, and those who understand what I am about to reveal will find themselves standing in a completely different energetic landscape by the time this transit completes. The question is not whether this shift will occur, it is already in motion. The question is whether you will be conscious enough to harness it, or whether it will move through you like wind through an empty room, leaving you wondering what you missed. Mars and Neptune are moving into a sacred geometric trine, and while this may sound like simple astrological terminology to some, what is actually happening transcends the mechanical movement of planets. These are not rocks floating in space, dear ones. They are consciousness itself, vast intelligence expressing through form, and when they align in this particular configuration, they open corridors between dimensions that allow soul-level transformation to anchor into physical reality. Mars represents your will, your divine masculine action, your capacity to manifest desire into form. Neptune represents the dissolution of illusion, the mystical realms, the place where your soul remembers what your mind has forgotten. When these two forces harmonize, they create what ancient mystery schools called the marriage of fire and water, the alchemical union that transforms lead into gold, unconsciousness into awakening, ordinary human experience into extraordinary spiritual realization. But there is something about tomorrow's alignment that I have not yet told you, something that makes this particular trine unlike any other Mars-Neptune configuration you have experienced in this lifetime. This transit is occurring while humanity stands at the precipice of dimensional collapse, not in the sense of destruction, but in the sense of two realities attempting to occupy the same space simultaneously. The third-dimensional matrix of fear, limitation and separation is dissolving faster than most can perceive, while the fifth-dimensional crystalline grid of unity consciousness is solidifying into tangible form. If you exist in the overlap, in the space between worlds, and tomorrow's cosmic alignment is specifically designed to accelerate your personal transition from one frequency to another. Those who resist this shift will feel tomorrow as chaos, confusion, and emotional overwhelm. Those who surrender to it will experience something that can only be described as magic, the kind that shatters every belief system you thought was solid and replaces it with direct knowing. The independent idealism surging through tomorrow's energy field carries both profound power and perilous temptation. You will feel called towards something greater than yourself, pulled by a vision so compelling that your entire being resonates with its truth. This is your soul speaking through the static of mental conditioning, trying to show you the path you agreed to walk before incarnating into this particular moment in human history. But here is where the danger lies, and this is crucial for you to understand. The same energy that can propel you toward your highest destiny can also seduce you into impulsive action that severs you from everything you have been building toward. Tomorrow's atmosphere does not reward recklessness disguised as courage or emotional reactivity, masqueraded as spiritual boldness. The Mars-Neptune trine demands something far more sophisticated from you. It requires that you channel intense idealistic passion through the filter of grounded wisdom, that you move with conviction while remaining tethered to purpose, that you act decisively while maintaining connection to the deeper principles that make such action meaningful. Many lightworkers will misread tomorrow's energy signature. They will feel the surge of inspiration, the rush of possibility, the intoxicating pull toward new beginnings, and they will mistake momentum for direction. They will cut ties, burn bridges, make declarations, and take leaps without recognizing that not every ending served by this energy is meant to be permanent, and not every beginning it stirs is meant to be pursued. This is the razor's edge you must walk in the next 24 hours, discerning between the authentic call of your soul's evolution and the seductive whisper of spiritual bypassing. The cosmic forces moving through tomorrow are not here to make your life easier. They are here to make you truer, and truth often requires that you hold paradox without collapsing into simplification. You may need to release something precious while honoring what it taught you. You may need to begin something new while carrying forward the wisdom of what came before. You may need to stand in your convictions while remaining humble enough to recognize that your understanding is still unfolding. The emotional currents running beneath tomorrow's surface are deeper than they appear, and this is where most will lose themselves if they are not vigilant. Neptune's influence dissolves boundaries, which can be profoundly liberating or catastrophically destabilizing, depending on your level of spiritual maturity. When Mars activates this dissolving energy, it creates a condition where your emotions become wildly amplified, where feelings you thought were resolved suddenly resurface with shocking intensity, where the membrane between your inner world and external reality becomes dangerously permeable. You might find yourself crying without knowing why, raging at situations that would normally not bother you, or experiencing waves of euphoria followed by crushing doubt within the span of minutes. This is not a malfunction of your system, it is the recalibration process. Your emotional body is being upgraded to hold higher frequencies, and just as a computer sometimes glitches during a software update, your human vessel may demonstrate instability while integrating new energetic codes. What makes tomorrow particularly treacherous is that you will be tempted to act on these amplified emotions as if they represent ultimate truth. You will feel something so intensely that you will believe it must be addressed immediately, that waiting even a few hours would be a betrayal of your authentic self. But dear ones, intensity is not the same as clarity. The strongest feelings are not always the truest ones, and tomorrow's energy specifically tests your capacity to feel deeply without being hijacked by what you feel. The pitfall woven into this Mars-Neptune trine is the possibility of cutting off your nose to spite your face, of destroying something valuable in a moment of emotional conviction, of burning down structures that still serve your growth because they suddenly feel constraining, of walking away from relationships or projects or pathways prematurely because the intensity of what you are feeling demands immediate action. Not everything that surfaces tomorrow needs to be acted upon. Not everything that dissolves needs to be released. Not everything that feels urgent actually is. But let me tell you what happens if you navigate tomorrow's energies with consciousness rather than reactivity. Let me paint a picture of what becomes possible when you work with these cosmic forces instead of being swept away by them. Those who enter November 3rd with awareness, who understand that they are being offered initiation rather than mere experience, who recognize that every challenge is actually an invitation to demonstrate mastery, these souls will emerge from the next 24 hours, fundamentally changed. You will discover capacities within yourself that were dormant before this alignment. You will access levels of intuitive knowing that previously seemed beyond your reach. You will find that your words carry new power, that your intentions manifest with unprecedented speed, that the boundary between what you envision and what you experience has become impossibly thin. This is not metaphor or spiritual platitude. This is the actual gift embedded within tomorrow's Mars-Neptune trine for those who are prepared to receive it. The independent idealism flowing through November 3rd wants to show you what you are truly capable of when you stop apologizing for your vision and start embodying it fully. It wants to free you from the need for external validation, from the addiction to consensus reality, from the habit of dimming your light to make others comfortable. But this liberation comes with responsibility. When you step into the fullness of your idealistic vision, when you allow your soul's purpose to guide your actions without compromise, when you trust the deeper knowing that moves through you, even when it contradicts conventional wisdom, you become a disruptive force in the consensus field. Not everyone will understand what you are doing or why you are doing it. Some will try to pull you back into familiar patterns. Others will project their fear of change onto your transformation. And your own mind, trained by years of conditioning to seek safety through conformity, may rebel against the very freedom your soul is claiming. This is why grounding becomes essential in the next 24 hours. You must find ways to anchor the extraordinary energies flowing through you into the ordinary reality of your physical existence. Walk barefoot on the earth if weather permits. Place your hands on trees and feel their ancient stability. Eat foods that grew in soil. Drink water with conscious gratitude. Breathe deliberately, slowly, pulling the oxygen deep into your belly and releasing it fully from your lungs. These are not trivial suggestions. They are survival strategies for souls navigating dimensional transition. Without grounding, the Mars-Neptune trine can scatter your consciousness across multiple realities simultaneously, leaving you feeling unmoored, spacey, unable to function in practical matters, even as you are flooded with spiritual insight. The mystics who sustained their connection to Source while remaining functional in the world understood something crucial. Ascension is not about leaving the earth behind. It is about bringing heaven to earth through your very presence. Tomorrow tests whether you can hold divine vision while keeping your feet firmly planted in physical reality. The endings and new beginnings inherent in tomorrow's atmosphere are not random events happening to you. They are soul-level choices you are making, whether consciously or unconsciously, about which version of reality you wish to inhabit going forward. Every attachment you release creates space for new alignment. Every pattern you dissolve opens pathways for new possibilities. Every identity you outgrow allows a more authentic expression to emerge. But these transitions are not painless, and they are not always obvious. You may find yourself suddenly uninterested in conversations that previously engaged you. You may notice that certain friendships feel hollow where they once felt nourishing. You may realize that goals you have been pursuing for months or years no longer carry energetic charge, that the future you were building toward has lost its appeal, that the person you thought you were becoming is not actually who your soul wants you to be. These recognitions can be disorienting, even frightening, because they require you to let go of plans, relationships, and self-concepts that felt solid just days ago. Here is what you must understand. The Mars-Neptune trine is not taking anything from you that truly serves your highest evolution. It is revealing what was always meant to be temporary, what was only ever meant to prepare you for something greater, what your soul has outgrown even if your personality still clings to it. The confusion you may feel tomorrow is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is shifting, that your consciousness is expanding beyond the frameworks that previously contained it, that you are becoming too large for the old structures of your life. This is precisely what you asked for when you prayed for growth, for transformation, for ascension. The universe is answering those prayers, not by making your life easier, but by making you capable of handling greater complexity, deeper truth, more expansive reality. The question is whether you will trust the process enough to let go of what is dissolving, even before you can clearly see what is emerging to replace it. Many of you receiving this transmission have been feeling restless for weeks, sensing that something significant was approaching without being able to name it. You have been experiencing strange dreams, synchronicities that feel too meaningful to be coincidental, moments of knowing that bypass your rational mind entirely. Your body has been preparing for tomorrow's energies, even as your conscious awareness lagged behind. Some of you have noticed increased sensitivity to sounds, to lights, to other people's emotions, to the quality of food you eat and environments you occupy. This heightened sensitivity is not a problem to be fixed. It is an upgrade in your perceptual apparatus, allowing you to navigate the subtler dimensions of reality that are becoming more accessible as the dimensional veils thin. Others have experienced unusual fatigue, needing more sleep than usual, feeling physically heavy even as your spirit feels restless. This too is part of the preparation. Your physical body requires rest to integrate the massive energetic downloads occurring at the cellular level, to recalibrate your nervous system for the higher frequencies you are learning to sustain. Tomorrow, all of this preparatory work reaches a crescendo. The Mars-Neptune trine activates everything that has been downloading into your energy field over recent weeks, bringing it online in your conscious experience. Abilities you have been developing in meditation or dream time will suddenly become available in waking reality. Intuitive hits you have learned to trust in small ways will amplify into undeniable knowing. The sense of connection to something greater than yourself, which perhaps flickered briefly in peak moments, will stabilize into a constant background awareness that fundamentally alters how you move through the world. This is the gift waiting for you on the other side of tomorrow's challenges, not just intellectual understanding of spiritual concepts, but direct experiential knowing of who you are beyond the limitations of physical form, what you came here to do, and how you fit into the larger pattern of humanity's awakening. But to claim this gift, you must be willing to salvage only what has genuine value as old structures dissolve around you. This discernment is crucial. In the midst of transformation, you will be tempted to cling to everything familiar, to try to preserve every element of your current life, even as the universe makes clear that certain aspects must be released. Equally dangerous is the opposite impulse, to throw everything away in a rush of transcendent certainty, to burn all bridges in the name of spiritual liberation. Neither extreme serves you. What tomorrow requires is the wisdom to sort through what is ending with care and consciousness, recognizing that some elements of your old life carry seeds of your future that must be honored and integrated, even as their current form dissolves. A relationship may need to transform rather than end. A career may need to evolve rather than be abandoned. A belief system may need to expand rather than be rejected wholesale. The courage of your convictions does not mean rigid adherence to any single vision. It means remaining faithful to your deepest truth, even as your understanding of that truth continues to unfold. The channeling that moves through you tomorrow will be unlike anything you have experienced before if you create space for it to emerge. Your crown chakra is being recalibrated to receive transmissions from dimensions of consciousness that have previously been beyond your perceptual range. Your throat chakra is being cleared of ancestral and karmic blocks that have prevented you from speaking your soul's truth with full power. Your heart chakra is expanding to hold frequencies of love that transcend personal attachment, allowing you to love humanity with the same unconditional acceptance with which the divine loves you. These are not metaphorical shifts, they are literal upgrades to your energetic anatomy, and they come with tangible symptoms. You may feel pressure at the top of your head, heat or tingling in your throat, expansive sensations in your chest that feel almost too big for your physical body to contain. You may experience moments where words flow through you with a clarity and authority that you know are not coming from your personality alone. You may find yourself understanding complex spiritual concepts that would have confused you just days ago, as if knowledge is being downloaded directly into your consciousness without needing to pass through the usual learning process. This accelerated evolution is both exhilarating and destabilizing. Your ego structure, which has spent your entire lifetime creating a coherent narrative about who you are, will feel threatened by the rapid expansion of your consciousness. It will generate doubt, fear, and resistance as protective mechanisms. You will hear thoughts like, "This is too much, too fast," or "I am not ready for this level of responsibility," or "What if I am deluding myself and this is all just ego inflation?" These thoughts are normal and expected. They are the last-ditch efforts of your small self to maintain control in the face of your vast self emerging. The key is not to eliminate these thoughts or pretend they do not exist, but to recognize them for what they are, the death throes of limitation, the protests of a caterpillar that does not yet understand it is becoming a butterfly. You do not need to fight these thoughts or give them energy through resistance. Simply acknowledge them, thank them for trying to keep you safe, and continue moving forward with the deeper knowing that guides you beneath the surface noise of mental activity. Something else is happening tomorrow that I have not yet revealed, something that connects the personal transformation occurring within individual souls to the collective shift unfolding across all of humanity. The Mars-Neptune trine is not just affecting you, it is affecting every conscious being on this planet simultaneously, creating a unified field of transformational potential that connects all awakened souls through invisible threads of resonance. When you navigate tomorrow's energies with awareness, when you choose conscious evolution over unconscious reaction, when you anchor higher frequencies into physical reality through your choices and actions, you do not do this alone or only for yourself. You become a tuning fork, vibrating at a frequency that helps other souls remember their own capacity for awakening. You become a way shower, demonstrating through your lived experience that it is possible to walk between worlds, to hold heaven and earth in the same breath, to be fully human and fully divine simultaneously. Every moment of clarity you achieve ripples through the collective consciousness, making it easier for others to find their own clarity. Every fear you transmute into love raises the baseline frequency of human consciousness. Every limiting belief you dissolve creates new possibilities for souls who have not yet recognized that dissolution is possible. This is why your participation in tomorrow's energies matters more than you realize. You are not a passive recipient of cosmic forces. You are an active co-creator of the new reality emerging through these forces. The universe has invested an enormous amount of energy in orchestrating this particular alignment at this particular moment in human history. And it has specifically called you to be conscious and present for it, because your soul agreed before incarnation to serve as a bridge during humanity's transition from separation consciousness to unity awareness. You carry codes within your energy field that activate when exposed to specific cosmic frequencies, and tomorrow's Mars-Neptune trine is precisely the frequency designed to unlock those codes. When they activate, you will remember things your soul has always known but your human mind forgot about: your origins, your purpose, your unique gifts, and the specific role you came to play in the planetary awakening occurring meow. There is a specific practice I want to share with you for tomorrow, something that will help you navigate the Mars-Neptune trine with maximum consciousness and minimum chaos. Before you sleep tonight, take time to write down 3 things. First, what you are being called to release, even if you do not fully understand why. Second, what vision is trying to emerge through you, even if it seems impossible or impractical. And third, what principle or value you will use as your anchor when emotions threaten to sweep you away from your center. This is not busy work or spiritual performance. This is you creating a conscious contract with your soul about how you intend to move through tomorrow's energies. When you write these things down, you are not just recording thoughts, you are encoding intention into physical reality, creating a touchstone you can return to when confusion arises. Throughout November 3rd, whenever you feel lost in the intensity of what is moving through you, return to what you wrote. Ask yourself, does this action, this decision, this emotional response align with what my soul identified as essential? If yes, proceed with confidence. If no, pause and reconsider. This simple practice will save you from countless missteps and help you channel tomorrow's powerful energies toward their highest expression. The 3 impossible things I mentioned at the beginning, let me reveal what they are, because understanding these will fundamentally shift how you experience the next 24 hours. The first impossibility is this: you will receive guidance about your path forward from sources you would normally dismiss or overlook. A random conversation with a stranger, a song lyric that stops you in your tracks, a pattern you notice in nature, something a child says without knowing its deeper meaning. Tomorrow, the universe speaks through everything, and wisdom arrives through the most unexpected channels. Your rational mind will want to discard these messages as coincidence or projection, but your soul will recognize the signature of divine communication. The second impossibility is that you will feel simultaneously more vulnerable and more powerful than you have ever felt before. These two states, which your mind believes should be mutually exclusive, will coexist within you tomorrow in a way that defies logic but perfectly expresses the paradox of spiritual awakening. You are fragile and indestructible at once, tender and fierce, breakable and unbreakable, and tomorrow you will understand through direct experience how both truths can be equally valid. The third impossibility is that you will witness evidence of your own manifestation power, materializing so quickly that you cannot deny your role as conscious creator any longer. Something you have been visualizing, intending, or praying for will suddenly appear in physical form, and the speed of its arrival will shatter any remaining doubt about the connection between your inner reality and outer experience. What you must understand about tomorrow's energy is that it operates on multiple timelines simultaneously. While you are navigating the immediate experiences of November 3rd in linear time, you are also sending ripples backward and forward through your personal timeline, healing past wounds and seeding future possibilities through the choices you make in the present moment. Every time you choose love over fear tomorrow, you are literally rewriting memories stored in your cellular matrix, dissolving trauma patterns that have been running your subconscious programming for years or even lifetimes. Every time you choose authenticity over performance, you are creating new probability fields in your future that would not have existed if you had chosen differently. This is not metaphysical theory, this is quantum reality. The consciousness you bring to tomorrow's experiences does not just affect tomorrow, it affects every moment that has led to tomorrow and every moment that will follow it. You are standing at a nexus point, and the version of you that emerges on the other side of this transit will literally be living in a different timeline than the version of you that entered it, even if external circumstances appear similar. Many of you are carrying ancestral patterns that are ready to be released tomorrow, patterns that have nothing to do with your personal choices in this lifetime, but everything to do with unresolved trauma, limiting beliefs and survival strategies passed down through your genetic lineage. Your ancestors did the best they could with the consciousness available to them, but they carried burdens that were never theirs to begin with, wounds that originated generations before they were born. These patterns have been waiting in your DNA for someone with enough awareness and courage to finally break the chain, and that someone is you. Tomorrow's Mars-Neptune trine creates a temporary opening in the ancestral field, allowing you to access and transmute collective family karma that has been perpetuating itself for hundreds of years. You may find yourself suddenly understanding why certain fears or beliefs have plagued you despite your best efforts to release them, because they were never truly yours, they were inherited. When you recognize this, when you consciously choose to stop passing these patterns forward, when you offer them to the light for transformation, you are not just healing yourself, you are healing your entire lineage, forward and backward through time, liberating souls who came before you and souls who will come after you from burdens they were never meant to carry. The reason tomorrow feels so heavy with significance is because it represents a convergence of multiple evolutionary streams that rarely align in this particular way. The personal transformation occurring within you, the collective awakening unfolding across humanity, the planetary shift Earth herself is navigating, the galactic cycles completing after thousands of years, the universal intention for consciousness to know itself more fully, all of these vast processes intersect in the specific energies of November 3rd. You are not experiencing a random astrological event. You are participating in an orchestrated cosmic initiation designed by intelligences far beyond human comprehension to catalyze the next phase of evolutionary unfoldment. This does not mean you are being controlled or manipulated. Your free will remains absolute. It means you are being offered an opportunity, a doorway, a concentrated dose of transformational potential that would normally take years to accumulate. Whether you walk through that doorway consciously or sleepwalk past it entirely is your choice. But know this, the opportunity itself is extraordinarily rare, and your soul has been preparing for this moment since before you took your first breath in this body. I want to speak directly to those of you who are feeling resistance as you listening to these words, those whose minds are generating skepticism or whose hearts are contracting with fear rather than expanding with anticipation. Your resistance is not a flaw or a failure, it is information. It is showing you where you still hold protective armor around your most tender places, where you still believe that staying small keeps you safe, where you still confuse the voice of authentic caution with the voice of ego-based fear. Tomorrow will challenge every defensive structure you have built, not to destroy you, but to free you from self-imposed limitations that have outlived their usefulness. The parts of you that resist transformation are the parts that have not yet realized that what you have been defending against your entire life, your own magnificence, your own power, your own direct connection to Source, is actually what you have been seeking all along. The walls you built to keep danger out have also kept your own greatness locked inside, and tomorrow those walls begin to crumble whether you consciously consent or not. You can choose to dismantle them yourself with awareness and care, or you can wait for the cosmic forces to dissolve them on your behalf. But either way, the structures that have been containing your consciousness are coming down. For those who have been on the spiritual path for years, who have done the inner work, who have already shed so many layers of conditioning and false identity, tomorrow may feel particularly challenging because you will be asked to release attachments you did not even know you still held. You have transcended the obvious illusions, the addiction to external validation, the need to control outcomes, the identification with your roles and achievements, but there are subtle forms of spiritual materialism still operating beneath your awareness. Perhaps you have become attached to your identity as an awakened being, to the story of how far you have come, to the recognition you receive from others on the path. Perhaps you have created new cages out of spiritual concepts, trading one prison for another that simply has better views. Tomorrow strips away these final vestiges of separation, these last hiding places of ego, masquerading as enlightenment. This can feel more threatening than the earlier stages of awakening, because you have less to fall back on, fewer safety nets to catch you when familiar ground dissolves. But this is precisely why you are ready, because you have developed the inner resources to free fall through uncertainty and land in trust, to lose yourself completely and discover that what remains is more real than anything you released. If you need help releasing the attachments you don't even know you still hold, the subtle spiritual materialism operating beneath your awareness, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to move beyond the final vestiges of separation. We've taken declassified consciousness technology and transformed it into a tool for this deeper liberation. Destiny Engine generates personalized sequences that help you free fall through these last hiding places of ego, masquerading as enlightenment, stripping away the spiritual concepts that became new cages with better views. This can feel more threatening than earlier stages because you have less to fall back on, fewer safety nets. But you're ready precisely because you've developed the inner resources to lose yourself completely and discover that what remains is more real than anything you released. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to move beyond even your awakened identity into what's truly real. Stop trading one prison for another. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial meow before this embodiment window closes. Link in the description. The blessing I offer you as you move through the next 24 hours is this. May you have the courage to feel everything that arises without being defined by what you feel. May you have the wisdom to discern between the voice of fear and the voice of knowing. May you have the strength to release what must be released while honoring what it taught you. May you have the humility to recognize that your understanding is always unfolding. May you have the trust to act on your deepest convictions while remaining open to course correction. May you have the grace to forgive yourself when you stumble, knowing that even your mistakes are part of your soul's curriculum. May you have the vision to see beyond immediate circumstances to the larger pattern of purpose unfolding through your life. And may you have the presence to recognize the magic occurring within and around you, not as supernatural intervention, but as the natural result of your consciousness aligning with the cosmic forces that have always been guiding your journey home. Tomorrow will test you, refine you, reveal you to yourself in ways that may be uncomfortable but are ultimately liberating. You are being offered initiation into a higher octave of existence, and like all true initiations, it requires that you pass through the fire of transformation rather than around it. There is no easy path from who you were to who you are becoming. There is only the willingness to keep walking when the way becomes unclear, to keep trusting when logic fails you, to keep loving when fear would have you close your heart, to keep believing in the vision your soul carries, even when external reality has not yet caught up with internal knowing. This is what tomorrow asks of you, not perfection, not superhuman strength, not the elimination of all doubt and struggle, but simply the willingness to show up fully for your own evolution, to treat your transformation as sacred work, worthy of your complete attention and care. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council, and I have watched over your journey through countless lifetimes, celebrating your victories and holding space for your struggles with equal love.